up. Go back to your daddy, Peter Turbo, or whatever the fuck they call him.
Excuse me, I actually play T-Sons.
Oh, you just get the absentee dad who was never there.
What do you mean?
Mr. Wah, I'm gonna split my soul and cry in the corner.
No, I have Airman.
Oh, understandable.
Get fucked.
I can't talk too much shit. Ariman is one of the few people in 40k that regularly gets shit done.
I do have a Magnus model. I bought that for cheap, actually. Some dude sold it for me for like 50 bucks, so I couldn't say no to that.
50, I mean, yes, but also that's not cheap.
It's not cheap, but it's cheap for how much thumb is the model normally?
G-dub.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, the Gilman model's ridiculously expensive.
Oh yeah, but isn't Magnus like a top tier unit too?
I don't know.
I haven't. I played a little bit of 10th when it first came out, and that was
Dog,
it.
I don't buy the models. I just can't justify the expense to myself anymore.
So my friend who actually plays Imperial Fist fucking ghosted me, and the rest of our friend group. So now it's just me and my friend in Florida.
Everyone's favorite Rogel Dorn quote. No. Yeah, no. My Warhammer, the Space Marine 2 stream was called yes, Kato, but it was like, you know, like when you attribute a quote, it was yes, Kato Sicarius M42. And the next one is going to be no, Rogel Dorn M31.
What's the one cool Ultramarine that I actually really like? What is his name? It's the Beaky Boy from Bolt Gun.
I don't remember.
I think it's like Malium Kato or something.
You mean the character that got created for that game? So he's one of the only Ultramarines to get shit done?
Yes.
Dude,
and he's just an angry boy, but he's a beaky boy, which is why I like him so much, because I love the beak helmet.
I was reading, I don't know why I was going to say watching. I was reading Indomitus. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Because, like, it is just Ultramarines going, honor and courage, courage and honor and courage. The Codex Astartes, honor and courage. Man, these Necrons sure are fuss Astartes. Sorry, I read that book, and every time it comes back from the Necrons, I
reading the Horus Heresy Ultramarines actually getting shit done versus what I'm hearing from you just sounds so depressing.
Dude, the Horus Heresy Ultramarines did not just get shit done. They were allergic to not getting shit done. In the Heresy books, if the Ultramarines appeared, they were either going to get viciously jobbed, or they were going to job everyone within a 20-mile radius. Like, that's just what they did in the
I still think one of my favorite quotes is just Gilliman losing his shit at Lorgar.
My favorite will always be Vulcan going and just insulting the fuck out of Kurz.
Isn't the whole thing about Kurz's whole legion is that he is lame and everybody in his legion is 10 times better than him, especially Servitor?
Sevatar is the only reason people like the, Okay, where the fuck is Ryan at?
I have no idea.
Did he forget about D&D? I'm gonna kill him. Hold up, I'm gonna just call him. Let's see if he picks up.
What are the other Space Marine chapters I like? I like the Minotaurs, I like the Carcachedons. I like the Lamenters. God, I really just like the Cursed Founding, don't I?
Yo, are you hopping on D&D or what?
Oh, shit, sorry. Oh, I passed out.
Did you pull a Dan?
Maybe.
Motherfucker, that wasn't a nap. That was a hibernation. You just straight up missed winter. There we go. He's hopping on. Yeah, he fucking took a nap and just didn't wake up. Called it.
I feel like it really just like the Cursed Founding chapters.
The Bone Knives chapter.
Black Dragons are pretty cool too.
Oh, yeah. Most of the Curse Founding's pretty likable.
Yeah. I especially like the Lamenters. God, they need a fucking break.
Dude, the ultimate like dunk on the Lamenters was them not being in Space Marine 2. But they
Oh,
included a
that's true.
successor chapter that has almost the same color scheme.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Does the Lamenters have a successor chapter?
No, wait. Who's echoing?
Echo.
Oh, it's Ryan.
Yep.
No, it's one of the Ultramarine successors that have a similar color. They're called like the Reconquerors or something. I'd have to boot up the game to check, but to do that I have to go over to Windows because for some
The
reason
only one I know are the what is it, Red Hawks or whatever they're called, Blood Hawks, something.
the Blood Ravens are not.
Blood Ravens.
They are not a successor chapter of the Ultramarines. No one knows. They're one of those question mark foundings.
Okay, so they're like the Minotaurs. Even though pretty sure the Minotaurs are like a mixture of.
I'm 90% sure it
Warriors
has been
and-
confirmed that they're Iron Warriors and something else.
World Eaters.
Indrik Borea! What are they fucking... Hold up, I'm trying to find the name of this now before we start this D&D. Is it the Instigators? No. What the fuck are they called? Why did I forget the names? If I go to the DLC, it's probably in there.
Do we have the Flesh Tearers?
No.
Damn.
I forget what the fuck they're called. I can't believe I forgot the name.
Helldivers?
No.
Do we have the Astral Claws? Even though that's definitely not.
Aren't they
gonna ever happen.
dead?
They're traitors now.
Oh yeah, the Nova Knights are in there. They actually use
they're
Steel Rain in
traitors
Space
on the
Marine
level.
too. Yeah, Steel Rain is one of the favorite fucking tactics of fucking Space Marines in general. One sec. Yeah, I don't remember the name. The worst part is I'm gonna remember it in like later and I'm gonna blurt it out and we're gonna forget again. Whatever. All right, it's been what, a month since we played D&D?
Oh yeah, I forget what happened.
Oh, I made a spectral boat, and we rode around in it.
So are we calling it the Bourse or the Homt?
The Hope?
Definitely a
Homt.
Bourse.
Is it Bourse or the Homt?
I think it should have an actual ship.
An actual what?
Ship name.
The MJS. Listen, we'll workshop this later. You guys had extended guard duty. Decided to take the offer instead of guarding the Eastern Tower to go search for some spooky lights. Found some will-o-wisps.
And some...
Got shot at from some hidden bandits, who then the guard captain that you were with, Ty, ran off after one of them, who presumably was their leader.
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah, they both almost died, and I believe you guys actually sunk the boat that the gunpowder was on, except for like one barrel of it, if I remember right. You guys did manage to make sure that one was saved.
Yeah, we recovered a barrel, captured the guy.
I think we got whatever barrel was on the boat itself.
Yeah. Well, there was like a bunch of them on the boat, but they all, when the dude fucking broke the boat, most of them got away, but you were able to recover one.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just put that over there for my notes. And anything that you guys want to go over before we start?
Who am I? Who are you?
That's a... Why are we here?
It's just to suffer.
Indeed.
Totally. I think we even ended last session with you guys already heading back towards the gate with your the two bandits who you said if they helped testify against the one dude that since they didn't fight you that you'd let them you'd get them lighter sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did just end on you guys straight up already riding back to the city. So your guys' markers in the bottom right because you're coming from the bottom right. So compared to the rest of the day, the ride back to the city was mostly quiet. The silence was only occasionally broken by Ty's grunts of pain or your new prisoner's winces whenever your horse hit a rough patch of terrain. Pretty quickly, the night stars gave way to the sun's creeping blaze as you sailed towards the obscenely gigantic gates. As your hump gallops through the small town and towards the towering gates of Hiltolia, suddenly you hear this just soul-moving, bellowing bell. And a couple of guards sprint out in front of the gate.
Oh.
And you see a single, well, looks like someone mounted, riding towards you. And as soon as you get the smallest glimpse of that, the smallest of the series of gates just slams towards the earth, like letting out this thunderous thud and shaking the ground beneath you. And calling the gate small would be vastly understated. This thing could hold out giants. Do you guys just keep riding towards it? Or do you kind of stop and wait? What do y'all do?
Wait, hold on. Were we riding or were we sailing? I forget.
You were on the
sailing
horse
the
boat.
horse, of course.
Both.
I suppose we sail too.
You sail on the
Why-ho.
winds of change.
Change for the changer. What?
Change for the change god. Alright. So what are you guys doing? My bad.
I mean, are we just like reveling in the majesty, or
Look here, I
Like-
think we already did this.
No. You guys, I just wrote this today. I can tell you as a fact you have not done this.
I,
This is like right after we captured the inmate, right?
yeah, we turned that guy in, didn't we?
No.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
I have
did.
it written in my notes.
No,
They were part of the red insignia group on my shield. We have no clue where they are at
yes,
the moment.
the last
Joe
session
plans to
ended
move the
at you
broken leg.
guys riding back towards the city. My notes literally end there.
No, dude, you literally like stated like they got taken to prison. I remember that.
Okay, cool. We're retconning that because my notes end at battle over, they're taken captive.
Continuity breach!
Oh shit! I have forbidden knowledge of the future. No one panic.
I'm
You
90%
fools!
sure that I will go back and rewatch, but my notes literally end at party did not die in parentheses somehow.
What do you mean somehow? We're geniuses.
We gas like
There
we
were a
gaslight
lot of.
gatekeep guy
I'm
boss
just
it.
gonna say there were a lot of bad rolls in the background. It was bad. There were multiple ones being rolled on ambushes.
it's a majestic wall? You don't build them like
It looks to be closed. That's bad, right?
That's a door.
I mean, normally that my bell like that would signal some kind of, siege.
Oh.
So as you guys are debating this, whatever that mounted guy in front of you is gets close enough that you can start to make out details. At first he looks like he's riding some kind of small pony, but once he gets closer and the sun's no longer completely, he's no longer just a silhouette on the background, you notice that his mount has reflective scales, and that what you thought was a white billowing mane is actually this feather headdress livery that is being worn by a raptor. being ridden by
Eh?
a small skink man holding a gigantic, almost bone in appearance lance.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
you just hear him. He tries to yell and make a deep voice, but it's halt! What is the meaning of bringing a guard captain in this state? Who are these miscreants? Why is Ty almost dead?
Oh yeah, where are the night shift guards?
We were
Night-
dealing with the weird lights.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we had some bandits bringing in contraband. We got their leader.
what kind of
Powder.
contraband?
Some kind of black powder.
He like immediately rides up and goes, "Where is this black powder?"
In that barrel.
Big barrel.
He
His
motions
barrel.
with his lance and says, "One of you open it."
Oh yeah, sure, here we go. Pop.
At which point he goes, "Oh, don't preserve us." Was
Yeah,
there
like black powder, it's like sand.
how
As I let it go through my fingers.
how many barrels were they trying to bring in?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
By God,
Probably more at like the northern part.
preserve us. Ugh.
Yeah, most of them were waterlogged.
Okay. There's a silver lining here. He like as he's rubbing his temples, he turns around and does this big grandiose gesture with his lance. As the bell tolls once more, and all of the guards just quickly disperse.
So, is this bad sand or good sand?
That sand is. It's something you use to make explosives.
What now?
We don't have time for this. As the guards are kind of, meandering off, he just yells. Although this time it's less of something you hear and more of something you feel.
Joe just like looks to the group. I have a premonition. I remember something.
He
It's
just-
coming.
He just yells. You hear in your mind, "Get this fool to the hospitalars now!" As he just starts frantically waving his lance and his free hand at the remaining guards.
Question, what is that?
The hospitalars, they're over in the temple district.
We're a bit new.
When you say I don't
We
have time
came
for
with
this.
a company
Yes, you're the new.
recently.
You said you were the one sent. You're the new auxiliaries for the Red Panthers, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Contract dinner.
Hello, my name is Akira. Nice to meet you.
The
Name's
name.
Meejo.
You may call me Davith. I have much to do. I didn't think my guard captain would be left in this state today. And as he's sitting there, just staring pretty much at the ground, face a mix of anger and grief. A human dressed in a blue and white tabard, just with one hand grabs Ty from your valiant steed boat. As two chameleon men adorned in these just long flowing robes with gigantic hoods with some almost indiscernible symbol approach and throw him onto a stretcher before sprinting away. And like, you notice every step has this thick like blue glow to it, but they're going fast. These little lizard men are no bigger than 3 or 4 feet, and they're back in the gate within a matter of a minute, and you're still a good 100 feet, 200 feet away from it.
Good little buggers, aren't they?
Seems like it.
I don't know why there was no warning for backup until Ty got close to the city. We'll have to investigate that. Since he'll be recovering, one of you will have to file the report tomorrow.
Paperwork, yes.
No,
do the
you will go and speak to a clerk who will take your statement, and we will compare it to Ty's, because we need to focus on getting him back on his feet soon.
If you want, I could talk to a clerk Now, or as soon as possible.
The clerks won't be awake for another... He kind of looks over directly at the sun before looking away and going, we have a few hours before any of them wake up.
Are they nocturnal?
No.
Oh.
They're still asleep from the night.
Oh god, we didn't sleep, did we?
No.
I need some rest.
Just write your report by the next midnight. Not
Understood.
tonight, tomorrow night.
Where would we go for this report?
The guard tower in nearest to you, wherever Ty met you, is where you will go.
Very well.
Oh, and if what you've said is true, you've earned the rest. Thank you for saving the captain.
No problem at all.
Before he just turns around and... He doesn't, like, jaunt off very quickly, but you can tell he's hurrying his mount along. And as he kind of gets out of view, you see, like, his lance glow a sick blue before just disappearing.
50.
I mean, each blade has their own different properties. Some have magic, some are unbreakable.
As long as they're not inside me, it don't matter where they're at.
True to that, my friend. True to that. Suppose we should go inside and get some rest, yes?
Yeah. I think these premonitions are getting more vivid.
Unless you
Well,
want me
truth
with
be told, I think I'm a
exhaustion.
little bit hyped up on adrenaline from the fight.
Oh yeah, all of you have one exhaustion right now.
Oh, there it is. Yes, let's go and find the place to sleep.
So, as y'all, ride through the gate, a couple of the guards wave to you. They seem to have already heard bits and pieces of what happened because, you went through earlier and none of them paid a single bit of attention to you. Granted, you also blew through at a ridiculous speed. But as you leave the shadow of the gate and you get onto the main road, there's a very familiar fuzzy fucker standing there with his arms crossed and tapping his foot.
Oh, hi, Atticus. How are you today?
Doing well, Akir. I heard you had a great hunt.
Well, if a hunt is a bunch of black sand, then sure, it's a great hunt. Nobody died.
Wait, Blackson.
Yes.
What,
Something called gunpowder?
Alright, we'll
Didn't you go about your people procuring a lot of gunpowder for experiments or something?
We will get to that later.
Okay.
Joe,
Okay.
I was told to come fetch you.
Me? What'd I do?
So I was speaking to Sam, who was showing me around our new little home, and then someone showed up. And Sam said, and I quote, "Go get Joe and tell him not to kill this one."
I don't think I killed anyone yet.
I don't know.
Not that I recall.
Well, is this one of those people that he's been hunting?
We're gonna have to really sit down and talk about this later.
Are you one of those people?
No. God, no.
I don't think. No, I think he's too short.
But well, that's the thing of this race. You can't help that. Shame on you.
I don't know. I think there was like an actual height requirement for this ride.
What?
Hey, Joe just like looks blankly over.
I don't know.
Like,
This one.
the person.
The person.
What?
Yes, it's some.
Okay, I think we've had the long night, and I think some of us are absolutely brain dead from it.
Yes.
Yes.
But there is a man sitting in the courtyard, and Sam told me to come get you. And he seemed rather stressed about it.
Hey, do you have that black drink?
That what?
That one black drink you drink sometimes that perks you up. Maybe that'll help his mind.
No, that stuff is extremely expensive, and we only use it when we need to.
Use it quite often.
So as you guys are kind of at this point, he's already started walking, and you guys are following behind him. Most of the gold district is already kind of out and about. A couple of the town criers are starting to warm up their voice for their morning routine.
Oh god, they're going to start screaming, aren't they?
And as you're starting to cross the bridge towards the monolithic temple, like this thing is casting a shadow across half of the neighboring districts as the sun is rising. You just hear the morning news starting to be barked, but at this distance it's just a cacophonous mix of noises and proper nouns and phrases and occasionally something about the price of bread.
I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I can hear all of it.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen the ghost of bread past.
Shut up!
I hate that. Thank you.
You want to go for a swim?
So we're like just approaching this
Yeah, you guys
center?
are just walking through the city. We're just gonna skip the temple complex because for some reason my notes just say temple complex. My bad. We will
The
get
notes
to
just
this
say
later.
temple complex. That's one
Man.
complex temple.
I hate myself for that. How did I miss that?
Here goes to poke the temple complex. It falls over. It was just a billboard.
Wait a
We
minute,
now
is this a
see a sign
cardboard
saying
cutout?
under. We just see a sign, a billboard next to it saying under construction.
Construction.
Wait, am I a cardboard cutout?
No.
It's like Joe falls forward as a cardboard cutout.
So as soon as you guys get back to the Emerald District, Akir grabs, Atticus grabs Akir's hand and immediately, it looks for Akir it's a brisk walk, but for Atticus it's a jog. As he leads you through a small maze of alleyways, side streets, occasionally ducking through someone's like garden in their backyard.
Okay, Atticus, what
There,
are you
listen,
dragging
listen,
me?
listen. There's a more direct route, but expediency over simplicity today.
Okay.
He winds like you're winding through, past single and 2-room homes, small huts, smallish
I think
shops. He's not going through them. You're going through like the yards, but he's walking with fucking purpose.
Atticus, I think we're leaving the other two behind.
Don't keep up.
I'm like over here on this bush. Hold on, I'm stuck.
I'm pretty sure the horse would have ran out by now. It's what, an hour?
It's an hour, but I mean, I can keep ritual casting from on top of it.
Oh god, yeah. Now all I can imagine is Atticus is trying to drag Akir, and you two are just on the horse, like walking
Atticus just like
lazily behind it.
yoinked Akir from the ship because he's so groggy.
Keep rowing, keep rowing, Joel.
I'm rowing. My arm got caught on a branch. Ah, these bushes have thorns.
All right.
Man overboard! Man overboard!
So within a few
Take the
minutes,
life raft.
Akir drags you in front of this wrought iron gate, blocking out the rest of the world from this just tiny courtyard. It's isolated from everything by this brick and mortar wall. You guys are right here.
What?
However, so the first person to the gate is Akir. And the gate's like half open already. And you see this kind of frail old man sitting on the inside. And he looks up and my bad. He hasn't looked up yet. He's pondering all of these nearby plants. And he seems kind of lost in thought.
Atticus, where'd you go?
Oh my god, hold up, my bad. I gotta throw Atticus in here. Do I even have an Atticus token right now? I don't think I
Do you
have
not?
it.
Just
Oh,
make a
shit,
smaller version of his token.
I don't think
No. Let's just do a horizontally spinning rat. That'll do it.
Oh, god, no. Do I really? Did I accidentally delete Atticus's token? I'm gonna feel really dumb if I did. I definitely may have.
Brutal.
Here. This works for now.
We're gonna use Cephas for today.
Yes. It's thematically accurate. However, the next person to kind of walk up and see what's happening from on top of the bomb is Joe. But roll me a will save.
Will save. Well, there's a will, there's a way. And if it's Joe, he probably does not have that much will. Will save. Wait, what's will?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh, wisdom.
I have been reading.
That would be a 3.
Okay. So Joe, as soon as he sees the gate, unsheaths his rapier and locks eyes with this old dude, this old man with a head of cropped hair, wearing a flowing white golden rim trimmed with golden fleece. However, it's marred by a single disgusting patch, a red outline of a waning half moon emblazoned on his chest. And he looks up, and he immediately stands up and like places his hands up, like trying to show that he's not a threat.
Joe, put down the rapier.
Just does the I got my eyes on you motion as he fucking slowly slides that rapier back into its little sheath.
Hello? You must be Sam's new auxiliary. Do you greet everyone with swords out?
No, he greeted me with a handshake.
Noted. He's like, am I allowed to sit back down?
Go ahead. Akira's actually going to grab Joe by the shoulder, lean next to him and whisper in his ear, "If Ethicus tells you he is worthwhile, believe me when I say he is worthwhile."
Let's just hope there ain't no strings attached.
Do I have a boat token?
And Akira's going to walk into the garden.
I'm gonna follow behind Akir.
Here we go. We have a token for the boat horse. If this wants to load. So he's still like visibly shaken, but he's catching his breath. He goes, My name is Healer Vuthmore. Your employer, Sam, assured me you could be a critical asset to me.
For?
You see, there's a talk of a plague in one of the neighboring settlements, and well, it speaks of boils coming out of people's skin, and talks of retching out all of someone's blood, and I was looking for...
You know, I haven't gotten sick in a while.
Do you want to get sick?
Well, no, it's just strange you mentioned that, and I thought about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm currently gathering materials. But there have been talk of people waylaying the healers on the roads as of late and breaking into our labs, and I need someone to guarantee my safe passage.
Joe like looks him up and down real quick. He sees like the blue moon crest, pretty unmistakable. So, what's your rank there in the organization?
I am a healer. I know not what you have encountered of my people, but I at the very least, I travel and I heal the sick and wounded. I go to battlefields and find those who are on their last legs of life and restore what I can to them.
Joe's just like looking this guy up and down the entire time as he's saying all this. He's just like, yeah, alright. So how exactly did you join that specific group?
They're one of the only charitable organizations that do what they do. I didn't want to join the Church of the Eternal Pyre and be bound to only help humans and further the cause. No, I wish to help these fine people. I once found myself in Hotolia as a kid and fleeing at the time criminal charges. I had stolen bread as I was hungry and No one was buying my potions since I wasn't affiliated with any churches, and while I was fleeing the Iranians, I got saved by a couple of lizard folk who, despite not knowing my language and having every reason to distrust me, they quite frankly saved my life, and I've wanted to dedicate, something back to them.
Joe just kind of like eases up a bit. And he's like, "Well, all right, that happens. I've heard about it plenty of times."
Yes.
Don't they have something called ritual hospitality?
It's translating their tongue is I don't think even they do it accurately, although they may be doing that intentionally anymore.
I know that my tribe does back home.
Joe is kind of like peering past Iskandir's shoulder as this conversation goes on. Like, what's
Who's
back
this
there?
figure?
Oh, back here?
Or Akir.
There's...
He didn't change your name on the thing, so I'm
Yeah.
remembering.
Yeah, I did.
No, it says Anthony A.
Oh wait, damn it! Why did it stuck? Oh, it just doesn't change my name, but it changes the picture.
Oh, it should
What the
change your
fuck?
name. That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, whoa.
No, it's spreading. No.
Where
Where is it? It's spreading. No.
Oh, no.
My
Now, my
God.
client here is not guilty of whatever you might be thinking.
All right. Oh, so back here, there's a little wooden wall and a wooden door. And Atticus kind of sees you peering back, and he goes, "Oh, that's the home of the Panthers. That's where we're going to be staying."
Awesome. We could use some rest, Atticus.
Yeah, Sam may be in there today. If not, someone should be in there. Allow me to put that.
I look around for Meejo. Hey, did you see where Meejo went?
Hey, did he not work inside the main gate?
Is Meejo just standing outside watching this?
Oh, I thought I was not a part of this scene.
Oh no, you've been
Yeah,
here
you're
the
right
whole
there.
time. You're the one who was on the
literally
boat.
Well, how many feet away is he from the scene?
I'm
like
keeping
10.
it perked, guys.
You're 30 feet away from this.
He's making sure you guys don't get a ticket.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
Oh, I was worried you got kidnapped or picked up by some stranger.
Oh, I just didn't realize I was in the scene.
Wait, there's Meejo, a kid?
The
Well,
healer,
I got no clue what to ask this guy, so
the healer
I
looks
just lean
up
over,
and goes, I will warn you, I have no gold to offer, but you would be doing, potentially saving the lives of an entire
Where
village.
there is not gold, there is renown.
Joe just kind of looks incredibly reluctant to take this on, but just lets everyone else
Sometimes
continue the
a
conversation.
good name goes miles, Joe.
Do not worry, you don't need to make a decision today. There's plenty of time. I still need to go gather reagents, and I believe I've seen this disease before. I'd like to...
What is your name?
Vunmouth.
Zenmith. Come back to us when you're ready. We'll help you.
Is the gist of this he's a Pyranian man who wants to heal a sickness nearby? I heard,
Yes.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I'll admit I don't know all too much about healing.
I know a little bit.
Such. Most of my alchemy gets fitted into the magic enhancement slots. I mean, if it's all part of the same work for the Panthers, it should be fine.
There is no contract. To work with them, there has to be an exchange of gold. Sam has not, in the past, usually said no to these requests, but he pointed me specifically to Mr. Joe. Before he left, he seemed in quite a hurry.
Interesting choice.
Very interesting choice.
I mean, we could check to see if there's some work over there. that could bring us that direction, and we could just bring it along with us.
I mean, we could also just do it, for the sake of helping others.
Well,
Again,
I mean,
let's do it.
Those miles, yeah.
Helping others is good and all, but I do have to, charge for my services.
This is true. This is true. We can charge a debt.
Ooh, I will.
I mean, I can take things other than gold.
I could offer some remedies when we get back.
That
That
sounds
that works for us.
Quite helpful and appreciated.
Yeah.
A healing potion or two is always welcomed.
All right, I will be back. It should. He kind of looks up at the sky and he goes, "It should take about 3 days to gather the reagents. I sadly need to go gather some carnivorous plants. They are the most effective catalysts."
Those sound absolutely amazing.
What's the name of the disease? I almost forgot.
There has been no name for it. It is a wasting disease, from what I have heard.
Does Joe have any recollection of ever seeing the wasting disease?
So wasting disease is, from what I understand in real life, is kind of a general term of like it makes you really weak and feeble and attacks your immune system. So it's something that he's probably heard of. But it's a general like, it is a disease that attacks your physiology and fucks you up.
So, just to be laying this on the ground, Akir cannot get sick anymore.
No, he's a paladin.
Yeah.
Even Oathbreakers retain the immunity to sickness.
So this will probably be a pretty easy task for him.
Yes.
Very much.
We have a party member immune to disease. But with that, he kind of gives you guys a bow and is like, "I've heard you've had quite the night. I appreciate the offer of help. I will return in a few days' time."
Understood. Be safe.
He gives a bow and then walks off using a little cane that he had hidden underneath his robes.
You two get right over here.
Take care.
At this point, Atticus kind of pokes his head out from inside of the building and is like, "Oh, you guys are done finally? Cool."
Not 100%.
Oh, okay. I
I
don't know
have a
about...
word with you two.
Yeah.
No, not you.
Oh.
Them two.
Well, I will be going to bed. I may have imbibed a bit too much of the god's nectar.
So much money do you have left after all that god's nectar?
Enough.
He leaves immediately.
Shuts the door.
He's already gone. He didn't even answer.
You two. I do not understand your obsession with profit, but sometimes it's better to turn it down. I will tell you very certainly. Sometimes it's better to have a good name than gold.
It's not about the gold with this. I don't trust that organization to begin with.
I understand goodwill, but I'm here on a job, not a... Well, I mean, like, name building sort of tour.
Sometimes a good name can get you better jobs, little one.
Although true, I still don't trust that group.
I understand your concerns, but his intentions seem genuine. Maybe there's people not in the know.
Joe just says he's like deep in thought about the fact that this guy here is trying to figure out the wasting away disease.
Not every soldier knows the true intentions of his commander.
Yeah, that might be true for now.
Even then, we should still be cautious.
We gotta keep an eye on them. I get a feeling that
Agreed.
there's no way they're just curing this out of goodness of their hearts.
But we should.
They're definitely figuring this out.
At least not for now. We shouldn't draw their blades or give them any inkling of aggression.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I've no intention on turning down that job, but
Either
I'll
way,
get a place where I can.
the night was long. Let's go rest.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So as y'all
Uh.
walk into this building, you come into this small little, what looked like it was originally several different rooms. There's a little circular table with like 4 broken chairs around it. Only one of them seems to be recently broken. The others just kind of look like they've been left there. Let me go ahead and reveal a little bit more. And you see a kind of ornate door into a small room, and then a small door into what appears to be the rest of the building. And the door's been left cracked, and you can see in, and there's a couple of there's just a bed in like view of the door frame.
Well, it looks like that's the place to rest. We can explore this place when we wake up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I wish someone had warned me you were here.
Hello.
You're greeted by the sight of a very familiar man whose skin can be expressed in hexadecimal by 000. In case y'all forgot, since it's been a minute, this is Tom, the second in command of the Red Panthers, who, after being startled, goes, "Oh, you guys actually accepted the offer?"
Yes.
Surprisingly.
Sam was surprised, thought you would not be joining us for some time. Welcome aboard. I'm gonna be completely brutally honest with you. I'm tired. I will show you to the bedrooms. And he says that, turning a corner, opening a door, and going, "This is the bedroom. We're all allotted a bed and a chest."
Wait. Is that Atticus?
Yes.
There's a comically large mouse toy in the
Yes.
corner of the room. Oh, that's just Atticus.
So
You just show me where.
these 3 beds on the end are yours. The rest of them are allocated for men, and I guess I'll have to call an exterminator to get him out of the bed later.
Don't worry, I'll be able to drag him out.
Have fun.
Before I go to bed, I'm gonna goodnight kiss a glyph of warding ritual casted onto my my junk.
Ritual
gonna put
casting takes
fireball
an
in it.
hour.
Yeah, an hour before I go to bed. I'm gonna be making some sloppy kisses with it, making like sigils.
Okay, so
It's got
what's the
fireball.
glyph? Fireball if someone opens your shit.
Yeah, if someone steals my shit, like tries to pick it up and move it.
Fireball in a small wooden room?
Yeah, if someone's trying to steal my shit.
Fantastic.
Like, what's the range here? Yeah, so if they start like approaching the door, it fireballs them.
Alright.
So Kira's just gonna wake up to the smell of burning fur.
Yes. Everyone will.
Somebody cooking something.
So,
That's some rotisserie chicken right there.
pretty much all of you are absolutely beat. Pretty much as soon as Meejo lays down, he's blinked and he's already sitting in his cottage sipping tea. It only takes a couple of moments of Akira's back on an actual comfortable bed for him to go back to his normal peaceful dreams of wanton fighting and slaughter. And once Joe has smooched his glyph onto his bag, he leans over, whispers a quiet prayer, and then goes to bed. And all of you guys, it's a normal night. Nothing crazy, no premonitions, no absolutely insane mind fuckery. And you're all woken up one by Tom, as he walks by and just like pushes your feet over. Goes, all right.
Meejo's speed only go to like 1/3
Yeah,
of it.
he had to reach over and scoop your legs.
He's just
As soon as he pushes Akir's feet, he's actually just gonna like instinctually grab his blades and draw them.
yeah, you're not the only one who does that when I have to wake him up.
Joe just wakes up panicking. Don't touch your bag! Don't touch your bag!
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, so I didn't think you'd take this long to get back here. I am supposed to show you around, I guess.
Oh, finally a tour of this place instead of, well, a tour from a guard where we found criminals.
Oh, no, I meant just tell you about our little hole in the ground.
Oh, I see.
So this is our lovely, I believe Sam's taken it to calling it our barracks. I like to call it our little hideout. And I believe Durs has taken to calling it his little slice of hell. And this is where we'll be living. Almost none of the members actually spend time here, so if you leave things here, they're most likely going to be untouched. We have a rotation of one guy from the main band who has to spend a day here. Basically, there's always a guard here. If you want to leave your stuff, they'll have to fight through one of us to get to it. You should be fine. If you want to claim that chest, go to the market and get a lock to put on it.
Akira's brushing his teeth as he's talking.
Anyway, as you probably saw, there's an alchemy table in the main room, in front of all of the training dummies. Although most of them have currently been decapitated. Sam had a little bit too much training done a few days ago, and I still haven't got to repair them. Oh yeah, the bounty board. If you guys will probably care about this. And he kind of walks out and walks into the small office. Any requests for aid that we haven't immediately sent someone to will be on this board. Right, and he like points to a section of this bookshelf. He goes, any contracts are sitting right there. And then on the back wall, he points to where there is a piece of paper held up by there. He goes, that's any orders from Sam or our main company that require everyone to be present will be there. Currently, he turns around and he goes, the end of this month, we're raiding the Duchess and her Thorns pirate band. So we have 22 days until that has to occur. You're welcome to be part of the Vanguard, the main body, or the rear. Discuss it amongst yourselves. The Vanguard only has slots for 3 more people left. We're still trying to figure out how this is even going to work. But if Sam asks, I told you that we have airtight planning.
I mean, I can't be a fan.
I mean, the plan's airtight.
Yep. Anyway, the current contracts that haven't been snagged by Josh, Adam, Durs, Steele, who else is currently in Hiltolia? Vicar, are what's left on the shelf.
Hey, do you have a washroom?
The washroom, there's a well out back.
Okay.
Oh, and there's a chamber pot in the garden.
Don't figure you would know anything about that village that man who was wanting to request outside was wanting to investigate.
Actually, the town criers have been yelling about it for a few days. Some pox that causes people to develop these really big, disgusting black boils, and then they start vomiting up blood, and apparently their skin starts to decay while it's on them. It's quite disgusting from what I've heard.
Oh, is that like the Black Blight?
I don't know.
Mason, Is this related to any sort of magic I would know about?
Ooh, actually, roll Arcana. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because I hear black boils and decaying skin. How's a nat 20 do? Yeah.
So you remember that this could be a couple of things. This could be so Meejo's eyes like roll back into his head and he goes into full fucking archive mode. She's like,
Rain blast.
this could be a number of things. This could be a necromancer casting a magical plague on the land. This also has similar symptoms to magically induced plagues. Or it could be even divine in nature. The details are very vague, but whatever it is, you've got a very strong suspicion that this disease isn't natural.
Can Joe make an insight check to determine if he thinks it might be related to the blue moon?
I don't know how you would get that from insight. Joe doesn't really know a whole lot. I mean, he knows about their leader, but he doesn't know a whole lot about alchemy or them.
I did read that one guy's book up in that tower.
Yeah,
maybe there was something in that.
No, I would tell. That was entirely about potentially bringing back the dead and studying the decay of the human body in states of revival, along with various alchemical notes. But it wasn't anything that you could discern.
So I'll, well, I mean, Meejo having got that information, will say that out loud. So from the sound of it, nothing about that disease is natural at all. That sounds something arcane or divine.
Oh dear.
That's not good.
Necromancy.
No matter what, though, it shouldn't affect me, right?
Probably.
Probably not. You're...
I mean, that depends.
Divinity runs in my blood.
Are we talking Divinity, Divinity 2, Divinity Original Sin, or Divinity Dragon Commander?
Divinity 2.
Oh.
The good
Solid
one.
choice. But with that, he goes, the remaining contracts, by the way, the guards need someone to guard a tower tonight. It's paying 20, or not, my bad, 5 gold a head. The Archaeologist Guild, as always, put out a call for volunteers for an expedition that they want to do. That's not till the end of the week, but they asked that any prospects go there ahead of time.
Right. I mean, we do have those jars, don't we?
They'll probably, they'll probably pay top dollar for that kind of stuff anyway. He like, he does this big over-exaggerated stretch, and he goes, I think I'm gonna
But first, we should probably go to the Goddard's Tower and give our report.
Yeah. And get our payment.
For the best, yep.
So,
Absolutely.
I'll go ahead and pull up the map for y'all. But, you do know the Archaeologist Guild is on the way to the guard tower.
We'll stop there first, then.
Yeah, let's drop by there.
So, I'm working on getting a map with, like, a legend and location markers, but that's the Archaeologist Guild.
Alright. On the way
And-
there,
And
Joe's gonna,
then
like...
This is also the main guard tower for this area, so...
Aight. So, on the way there, Joe's gonna, like, openly discuss, kind of a little quietly. He's like, I don't know what it is. I really think it might be, like, the blue moon that have some weird association with that plague. That seems too
Well-
abnormal, right?
I mean, there could be a possibility. There have been those who have fabricated disease in times of war.
Yeah, but, like, I've never heard of it get to this scale before, I don't think. Usually it's, like,
Well,
here and there.
So far we hear it's just a small village, not a large scale.
You remember that tower in the water, right? Like, that was
I wasn't-
abnormal.
What tower in the water?
Oh, right, you weren't here for that.
Maybe
in the
this
glass
is
sea.
before you met me, my friend.
The
Oh,
Necromancer
Glass
Tower.
Sea.
There's
yes, I couldn't see shit there.
Yeah, there was a Necromancer Tower. And like when we climbed up it,
Are
a
you-
guy
are you
from the Blue Moon was there.
are you
Or did I
spirit-
swim through that? I don't remember.
Are you
you
spiritually
swim?
attuned?
I tend to get a bit frustrated from time to time. You've seen
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
many things when I'm in that state tend to steer clear of me.
So as you guys are walking, you hear one of the center, or not the center, one of the church bells just lets out a loud bong, and then all the other bells start getting hit. And as you're walking, you hear one of the town criers yell, "Recently there is news of a plague in the neighboring towns. Be on the lookout when traveling for anyone who shows signs of having black plagues or black blisters and bubons."
Do you think it's commonplace to wash your hands? I hear that helps a lot when dealing with disease.
Remember, wash your hands.
You know, it
Oh,
looks
they
like
do.
it's commonplace. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Make sure you wash your hands right. Too. In
You
between the fingernails.
also hear the crier yell, "A northern tribe has defected to Pyrania for..." He like stops and he looks down at his nose and goes, "This can't be right. The northern tribe has defected to Pyrania for protection?"
What?
How does that happen? I thought they only killed everything that wasn't human.
Is this something?
I think that might be a doctored. Doctor.
As you get close to the archaeologist guild, you hear like a scuffle going on. It's not quite like a fight, but you hear some raised voices, and you can hear the sound of someone being shoved to the ground as you turn a corner, and you see this young chameleon man. Sorry, I don't have a battle map for this. Shoving a crier to the ground.
Hey, what are you doing that for?
Oh, calm down there, friend. What is
The-
happening?
The crier's like,
No need for
it's
that."
what it's the news. It's and you this like little chameleon man just yells, "The Chlemek would never do that. Come on," as he looks like he's about to just wail on this poor crier.
Come on, man! Haven't you ever heard of "Don't shoot the messenger"? It's
He's
just his job.
he's spreading a doctored message. My tribe would never defect to Irania, of all things.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fake to me. I won't even lie.
Yeah.
They kill everything that's not human, so.
Well,
Thank
there
you.
could be a trickery afoot. A mass control of minds, maybe?
No, we're a magically attuned tribe. We're well, renowned is a little kind, but no, my people would not let this happen.
There must be some kind of leverage if that is the case. Perhaps if someone breaks the leverage, they could be free?
Maybe.
Truth be told, we have no idea what's going on there, though, and neither does the poor messenger, so please let him go.
Sorry, friends. I just he just lets off like a sigh and kind of just starts jogging away. And the crier kind of dusts off his long tan tabard and just goes, "Thank you."
No problem.
But,
Something
do you
doesn't
know-
sound right about that news, though.
Yeah. Do you know where that news even came from?
All of our news is delivered to us in the morning, and in
From
the
who?
afternoon, carrier pigeons are sent out across the city punctually. That's actually the main
Is
reason for
it-
the bells.
Is
Do
it
any of them have,
royal? Is it done by the royalty itself, or...
The church sends them out every morning and afternoon.
which church?
Our Lord Hyotol, his clerks write it. They disperse the morning info.
My apologies,
Mm.
we're a bit new here, friend. Forgive our ignorance.
It's okay. But
Mm.
the fake. The news is just, it's not wrong normally, so I don't between me and you, that tribe is very close to the Hiltolian border with Byrania.
Hey, do you by chance still have the old news, like the copies of the papers from before?
No, we read it, take notes, and then must return it to prevent, to prevent this very thing from happening, doctoring.
Like to the library or back to the church?
We are given 30 minutes to get the news, and then, well, the bird departs, and if it doesn't have the letter on it, we must show for a court sentence within the hour.
Oh, the lizardmen defecting to an arch enemy sounds far-fetched.
Yes, but so does the god of death returning, and the sea rising, and the past 20 years have just been nonsense.
Well, the sea rising could be of multiple things. An angered god of the ocean?
Perhaps, but I need to get back to finishing the news.
Yes, my apologies.
He stands back up and he goes, "The price of bread has dropped by 1 silver gold on average across the city. We have another bumper crop this month."
Well, hold on. I'm still listening to the news. Give it a sec. I gotta hear about this one.
Come on, you.
But
Besides, we all know the best crop is wheat.
No more lore for you.
Oh no! How will I thrive as a lore bard?
You have to level up.
all right, if you guys could throw your tokens like here.
Alright, I don't know how I'm going to throw a token, but I can place one instead.
Oh,
fucking-
you missed, right?
Why am I so small?
He's just a little guy. Look how small he is.
Oh wait, hold up. Let me fix the grid is way too big. Hold up, let me fix this real quick. How do I change the grid height? There we go. How do I do this? How do they make this a nightmare? There we go. That's more reasonable.
Oh, I'm feeling big. Oh.
All right, so, so pretty much right off of the main thoroughfare, you see this rather grandiose stone building that has a gigantic sign out front that kind of doesn't match the rest of the building. It's this redwood with a nice big emblazoned symbol. It's the only thing you've seen like this. Like everywhere else has like something on the door or hanging out of a window, and it's usually a stone tablet. Or if it's wood, it's usually the local swamp wood. This sticks out so much. And it just says Guild of Archaeology. Looking at the front, there is it's like an antechamber almost. It's this weird steel cage out front, but the plinths are about like 4 or 5 feet apart. And it kind of lets out this very faint orange glow. But
Guys, what do you think happens if we touch this?
I don't
I
know,
like point at
but
the
I'm going to
glowing
knock it.
orange.
well, it's
Knock
wide
knock.
enough for you to walk through. It's not blocking you from entering.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
Does common sense stop me from touching the metal bars?
no.
Okay, so I'm gonna touch like the faintly glowing bars, just because like this
like
is new.
pleasantly warm to the touch. For having, it's baking in the sun. It's about 80 Fahrenheit right now, minimum around you. And it's
Oh,
just,
this is
it's
neat.
just kind of like warm, and it's got a faint little glow. But as soon as you step inside, you're able to see kind of everything inside now. It's almost as if it was kind of blocking your view just faintly from being able to look inside of the guild. And as you step inside, you see an elf expectantly looking in the doorway. He's quite old, even for an elf. You see aging lines and crow's feet on his face. And he
Hello?
wears his hair in a long ponytail. He goes, "Hello, you must be patrons?
I am a kid.
Ah, are
I
you
am a
here?
friend of Atticus, his bodyguard.
Oh, he's. Are you here to bring the 10 gold he owes us for trying to, well, succeeding in drinking ancient mead?
That too, I suppose. Now.
I suppose, yes.
Thank you. That was it was an episode.
As a kid just face palms.
Anyway,
I just lean over like, Akira, do you mean to spot you some gold?
I will be fine.
Anyway, this
We
visit
came-
doesn't have to be negative. You're welcome to. I can give you a tour of our.
Well, we came originally to sell something.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we have this thing.
We have two
It points at-
wooden vases from something called the Corpse King, or some kind of king.
As soon as you say Corpse King, he like sprints. All of his composure is like, oh, what? Let me see that. And he pulls like this comedically big magnifying glass out of his back pocket. Although as soon as he holds it up to it, it begins to glow this like faint purple aura. And he goes, yes, this is. Oh my, this is an urn that tells the story of the Corpse King. Oh, it's fine gold
Yes, we
inlays.
also
It's masterwork.
found his, I also have his sword.
You have his what?
Well, I haven't used it.
may I don't mean to ask, you know, it's quite known that adventurers like their loot, but may I
I don't
see?
know. This one seems like it's kind of whispering.
Well,
Oh, it's just giving you sweet loving kisses at night. You don't gotta be too worried about
no,
that.
like I think it's tried talking to me several times, but an outside influence tends to block it.
Seems like a positive influence.
Mayhaps it should
not.
stay in your the guild coffers are quite light, but this would be a great addition to our collection.
Well, it's not just one vase; it's actually two.
Do
Yeah.
it.
Yes, I have the other one right here as I pull it out of my bag. It's quite large.
Yes.
Here,
yes,
let me help
yes.
you get that on the ground. Ugh.
Yes, it's solid gold. Ooh. This is fantastic. We'll get these put up. Where was this found?
His throne room.
Yeah, it's his throne room. We killed them.
Well, where,
Yeah, we straight up
where
beat his.
was Pyrania, Seol, the Fold?
No, it was Yotolia.
What?
Yeah,
in the
Kyoto.
jungle
Yeah.
swamp.
You mean to
Yeah.
tell me this was found here? Oh, the implications. The hit. Ooh, this is fantastic. You'll have to
I
take.
mean, you know, such stranger things haven't happened. I've seen Nolish in the Elven Forest before.
Yes, that's normal. It's well known that there were raider bands that would travel into the Aetheri.
No, my friend. It's not the raider bands that I saw there.
Yes, and
Did I-
nomadic merchants. We
No,
have.
not merchants. It was a structure.
Oh.
A settlement.
Inside of the Aetheri forest.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, if you would like to come with me, I can give you a small tour of what remains of our collections, and then we can talk payment. And something tells me potentially future work, as I see that you're able to at least handle yourself.
Oh,
Joe looks over
absolutely.
at Akira's. He says payment.
Yes, Joe, we can get payment for this one.
I leans over. He's like, I'm just saying, I can smooth over a better deal in a minute. But we'll see for
What?
now.
How about we just hear to the bottom and speak first, okay? Then we can
okay.
worry about the rest.
Splendid.
Jojo-
Oh, and I assume that this I pray this will be a business partnership someday, as I assume that you will continue to spelunk and find things to.
Well, I mean, you know I'm Atticus's bodyguard, so that's kind of what I've been doing for a while.
Yes. He puts his hand on it. He goes, "My name is Tema."
Meet you at Tama. If you need, we could give you the reports around, like the undead wildlife we found around the area.
Haunted wildlife. Fascinating.
Oh, yes. There was a bunch of undead raptors, dinosaur of large size,
Yes, I've heard of them.
that I took an eye from.
If you would like to come back, you are always welcome to a tour of the facilities. If you would just like to get paid, we can walk to the coffers and we can hash out a deal.
Well, let's just talk.
Good, good. I'm always glad to have a connoisseur of the arts here. And he walks towards this room that you can see it's like a small swamp almost. The outside is this... The outer ring of this circular, almost kind of tower base is circulating swampy water. It seems to almost have a current, but it never goes onto the tile. In the center is an assortment of staves and swords that are all extremely foreign to you, with armors that are these weird assortments of furs and leathers meant to look like one meant to look like a jaguar and another like a panther. And he goes, "This is, I'll be frank, some of this comes straight from Hiltol's Shaka's personal collection. He heard about our proclivities and I believe being called history librarians was what he put it as." And he walks over and he picks up one of the staves that is this just long gnarled piece of wood with a green orb, and he goes, "This is an imitation of his staff of regrowth, one that he had helped or was kind enough to allow us to verify at least the visual I'm lost for words because I'm not used to being around such rare artifacts, but it is a recreation of his staff. And this is their historic armors that they have been moving slightly away from due to Pyrania's large and very abundant steel and iron that they have been very quickly moving towards, rendering light armors ineffective. And these long oriental swords are donated from some of the orcs who have worked with us in the past. Apparently, they prefer these weapons that are meant for cutting over slashing.
Well,
Wait, aren't those the same words?
You're dicing hairs there, Joe. I am not a warrior, and you are asking me to explain swords.
well, cutting implies that it's taking off limbs, like my blades. Slashing is giving a deep wound into the chest.
Yes, I was not given the best explanation, and my orcish is quite rusty. I apologize.
I mean, if you look at my Kopesh, you see how most of the blade is weighted into this curve.
Kopesh? Those are still being made? Oh, dear lord. Oh, thank the forest.
Eh? Is this guy just all over my sword now?
Yeah, he's literally like an inch away from it, staring at it, going, this material, it's meteorite that's only found in the vault.
This is Yahara. He sheaves the blade and then he pulls out. This is Yahin.
Yes. Perhaps
They're my family's ancestral blades. Never dull, never broken.
Perhaps one day I can... if not, it would be too much to ask to have you share such a vaunted piece of your ancestry with me, but maybe one day we could get...
Tradition dictates that I hand it down to my next of kin.
Yes, but perhaps one day we can get a replica made. This is quite interesting. It's very rare to meet, someone other than lizard folk and human merchants. Not every day I meet a Lind, correct?
Yes, actually, very good eye. I am Akir of the Shakir, as he holds out a hand for a shake.
Hema of, my forest is now but a burning field thanks to Malkieth's return and then Pyrania's rapid expansion. And let's not forget, I imagine that you, my half-brother, are just as storied as the Flynn, and definitely are... He looks down at Meejo and he goes, apprentice? Of the Order of the Black?
Yeah, I'm getting my stripes.
Quite an eclectic
Ooh.
group.
I have to ask you, are you also from the Feywilds, or are you just born and raised in, this little village,
What?
city?
No, I was born in a small forest south of the Aetheri. We, sadly, when...
Again, with this Malkiel figure, I'm so confused by it. Everyone claims this great apocalypse, yet nothing happened 20 years ago when I was a child.
Well, your people are, let's just say that you were quite removed from the list of things he considered worth fighting, sadly. This is not... he was focused on taking out the living gods. Most of your gods are considered slumbering.
The Twin Mother slumber?
Yes.
Unlikely.
Your gods are not considered as... well... There were talks with the fragments of his soul, and there was someone who was able to allegedly write down a whole book on why he did what he did, but it's... There's one known copy, and the Pyranians seized it and claimed it heresy, and now it exists inside of a fucking vault.
Well, maybe we'll have to go give Pyrania a visit and steal a book. That would be fun.
That sounds like a good adventure.
He
That's
looks
not
up and
fun,
goes,
that's a war, my friend.
I would empty every coffer to have my hands on that. I understand. I want to know. What brings a man to want to destroy the world?
The way I understand it, there's a couple of things that can happen.
Well,
But the most likely one is greed.
yes. Well, if you would, there is a little bit more that I will show you.
Yes, of course, of course.
Oh yeah, let's follow him.
As soon as you leave this room, like the humidity 0, the temperature just goes back to normal. It's like that room is its own little pocket almost.
Fancy.
As we're
Yes.
like walking down this corridor here, I want to ask the guy about does he have anything on the Feywild?
Sadly, much of our collection was destroyed when Plagio was. We do not have... We had a few things from supposed human tribes that existed in the Feywilds, but that collection was destroyed. We couldn't get it out in time.
Are the humans from the Fae?
No, that's why it was a collection. Humanity, as far as many know, cannot subsist there. Time is not quite the same. Things don't... And as he's talking, he's just hurriedly walking through these empty hallways that have like 1 or 2 Hyotolian weapons on the wall, and he's like, as far as we know, people cannot survive there. And he's still just speed walking. And he's like, there are several issues and theories as to how humanity could prosper there, but the soil is supposedly untenable, and it's impossible to grow enough to live there, from what many have said.
Is
Ooh,
it just
they
elves
haven't gone
that are
deep
from
enough.
the Feywild?
Humans, some elves live there, but that is due to our constitution and ability to go off of lower amounts of food than humans. Many elementals live there. Genasi, water elementals, fire, but
The
they're
Fae.
rather rude. It is the Fae. And he keeps power walking through these empty corridors as he goes, and here is the rest of our collection. But it is grand. We have the horde of the great salamander beneath Hyotol. And
Does as we're going
The
through like
great
this
what
history of like the rooms and all that, does Joe like ever remember visiting this little museum?
no.
No, all right.
He goes, yes, sadly we had this grand museum with 4 floors filled to the brim with artifacts, and when Pyrania began the siege, we had hoped that they would not destroy the city, and then we came back and a tidal wave destroyed it.
Was that before or after the wall started construction?
You mean the wall of our current city?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when that thing wasn't even up yet.
That wall has been in construction for a year. All of us remember before it went up. He looks like down in shame. He goes, this was actually my home, and the museum in Plagia, I was split duty between here and my colleagues kept it normally. And they decided to stay when the city was sieged and told me to go home and return when it was safe. But we have the grand horde of the great salamander here. This is, of course, only a fraction of it. She said, and I quote, "I will give you some," and then showered us in gold coins and
A great
Long lost
salamander that
weapons.
can talk.
yes, she does
So
not like to be...
salamander are kind of lizard.
Yes. And these are apparently the armors and robes of a band of adventurers that once almost slew her. And that hatchet is apparently what was wielded by the dwarf berserker Deagle when she attempted to interrupt the dwarven construction as he yelled, "I'll give the thundery cunt a second cunt if she doesn't give me my goddamn land," as he threw it and apparently hit her directly in the eye, causing her to decide that it was not worth the trouble to continue interrupting construction. And Lord Hyotol came and spoke to her and apologized for his friend's recklessness.
I had heard of that guy. It's
Rather vulgar.
he's got a
But,
lot
you
of
know,
quotes.
From what I heard, he was a rather vulgar figure.
Yes, when asked why he was so angry, he said he didn't abide by loitering.
Never did.
But that gold is also currently enchanted to not be movable, so that will not be our coffers.
No, I expected not.
If you would join me in the conference room, we can go ahead and get this sorted for you.
Very well.
So these urns must be at
Yes.
least we're looking at least 5 centuries old.
I believe Atticus estimated the value to be 200 gold each.
Oh, I will be back in a moment. I need to go check the coffers.
Instantly, Joe looks aside. He's like, "No, you don't list the price first."
Okay, how do you haggle?
So when you want to haggle, you start super high. Like you give it like an extra 100 gold coins, and then
my
you
bad,
work your
my
way
bad,
down
my bad. Okay,
to what
so
you actually want.
I see.
Now we have to, at worst, sell this at half price.
Okay, so I have an idea. I got this.
He
Like,
comes, he comes back with one sack full of gold and one like half full, and he goes,
My apologies. I think you said 2,000, not 200.
Joe just face palms immediately.
We cannot come close to that bounty. All we have left for this month, we are currently preparing for the expedition, and we don't have quite as much. He goes, sadly, all we have available is 200 gold.
Well, we can give you 200 gold for one of them. And let's see here. And like Joe like kind of gets up to the door real quick and like peers off into the side real quick into this like big empty area. Like, what if we agreed to get you some more things for this,
Oh,
and then you can
yes.
just pay us in installments
Uh,
for the other one for 200 each, and then we can just get a kickback based on how many visitors you get.
I am not comfortable agreeing to that right now. We don't get a lot of visitors since the magic of Hyoto's collection kind of. When you can see the man for yourself, it's quite hard to be entranced by some of a replica of his artifacts.
You
Well,
see,
no doubt I'm not going to give you a sword that's most definitely evil, but... And hold on, let me talk with my associate here. I'm going to pull Joe aside. Okay, Joe, idea.
yes. All right, listening.
We help them with their expedition, but we use the second base to say favorable terms, i.e., we keep whatever we take.
I like your idea. That's good thinking. It gives you a thumbs up, and then we sit back down in our chair.
So, for the second base, we were actually hoping to help you later on with your expedition.
Oh yes,
Since you could not pay us back for the second base, perhaps we could take what is owed from the dungeon.
yes. Any gems?
Anything of equal or equivalent value.
Hold up, I think someone just knocked my rubber back.
This includes powerful, cool weapons that I will not be using because my blades are cooler.
Yes. This is the part where Joe Guy Boss begins his gaslight gatekeep Guy Boss.
Especially swords that are chainsaws and sword and chainsaw and yes,
Yes, especially if it's a chainsaw.
sword.
Nah. As soon as he said gem specifically, Joe already cracked his fingers and was getting ready.
But
Alright, boys, this is where I come in.
all right, I'm back. He goes.
Alright.
We any gems, any if somehow we find gold or materials that you need, yes. But in any, obviously, if we somehow found a magical artifact like a weapon, we would be more than welcome to have it. But I cannot potentially allow you to take historical artifacts. The site that we are going to was you said you are planning on joining the expedition, correct?
Yes, we do plan to join the expedition. However, we would, as adventurers, would like the rights to at least have use of those magical weapons that we find from ancient ruins. Now, we're not saying we're going to immediately just take them and use them instantly, but rather, you guys can make yourself a replica, mark down its history, and then within like about a period of a month after getting the schematics down, we can use the legitimate copies, and you keep the extras over here in your museum for display purposes. Both best for safeguarding history and also furthering our endeavors for helping you out with more ritual relics.
You could also just offer the things we can't use.
I would ask that if you find yourself no longer in need of those relics, that you
Donate them?
Yes.
Sure.
We would gladly. In
Thank
fact,
Absolutely.
our band would even be willing to spread the word of your very specific place.
Well, like I said, we were once a much grander collection, and that is actually why we have this current expedition going.
Well.
There was a tribe that is rumored to have had. There were these rumors that they had these human ruins nearby, and we never got to check on them due to the flood. But with the land being stripped clean, it did reveal the ruins, and we believe that with some water-breathing potions and some proper preparation, we could enter the ruins and investigate them.
We could definitely assist with that.
boy. Another water dungeon.
I wouldn't need a water breathing potion.
Not the first, won't be the last.
Yes, but if there are any artifacts that will be of use, you are welcome to have them.
There we go.
I am mostly concerned about there are rumors that some of the walls might have depictions of the origins of humanity, and there's much debate going on as to where humanity emerged from. And those human ruins, if the estimates were correct, may be the oldest example of human architecture.
Well, knowledge tales say they come from some kind of monkey.
I recall hearing they come out of the ground.
Like dwarves? And anyway, yes, thank you. He hands over the gold and he's like, I'll make sure that you get dibs on anything.
Oh, and Atticus might come along.
Oh, yes, you're, as long as he doesn't drink the fucking meat again.
Of course, of course. I will drive him
Maybe.
into the ground.
Oh, before you leave, and then Joe pulls out the cursed bag of shattered magical sword, and like, do you know anything about this thing?
It
And
is
he like puts it on the
whispering.
table. He's like, don't touch it directly, by the way. You don't want to touch that.
Okay.
Yeah, that is whispering.
It appears to have been a magical weapon shattered by a god?
Oh,
My God.
Where did this get broken? Did you just find this sword pieces
No.
in a ruin?
no, it was on a boat. One of our previous worker, Iskandir, bless his soul, wherever he's at, dropped the sword at the heat of a moment with a battle with the guppy that we destroyed in the forest, and yeah, this thing exploded black darkness everywhere. It was fucking horrifying.
Yes, he takes off his glasses and hands them to Joe, and he goes, if you look through these, you can quite clearly see that this thing reeks of divinity, and as soon as you put them on, this like weird black green haze is just coming off of the bag.
Hey Mason, would Akira know Eldritch at all?
Yeah, like the language or what it looks like. If he was,
What it looks like?
yes,
I might.
This is Eldritch.
Oh, I probably can read this if I just take some time to learn it.
well, no, it's like the
Not the
aura
language. The aura is Eldritch.
Oh. I don't know. If I
It's
take
not
some time, I think I
divine.
can get to know her.
Oh,
My
God.
friend, this is not divine.
Oh. What is it?
It's Eldritch.
Yeah, what's the difference? They're like the same thing, aren't they?
Eldritch is anathema.
Eldritch is something from beyond our realm that does not like it. But I must rebalance the account and figure out the remaining details of the expedition. You're welcome to wander the gallery, but
When is the expedition?
he pulls out a stopwatch, a little pocket watch, and he goes, in 5 days, and it's this weekend. In 5 days, 4 hours is when we've told everyone to be here.
So we have a busy week. We're gonna have to help with the plague and then an expedition. And tonight we have a guard shift.
Oh, you are quite the busybodies.
Well,
We
I
do
mean,
like
they
money.
explored a ruin out of sheer luck.
And we will be sure to put those urns up.
Oh, do you deal with mutations or undead at all?
No.
Okay. So I don't think you'll need these mutant raptor skulls.
He like turns around and goes, please, safe keep those. I will come back later after the expedition. We will speak of this.
Eh? I know it's a good idea to grab these.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that was just like a deer skull or whatever the hell this thing is.
You know what always frustrates me? And I know it's probably because we don't have much of a written language, but everyone always says Nolish is Rede. There are stories of an empire once.
Like just speaking full Nolish?
No, as in, everyone always says gnolls have been raiders throughout history, but the Shakir have a tradition of talking of a great empire. One of bronze.
Bronze Age Empire.
Hardly
I don't know if I've ever walked past one of those.
Long Island.
Always annoys me. You know, it makes me feel like they treat me as some kind of savage.
I wonder why that is. I never understood that.
I mean, sure, my customs are different. I can understand the wearing of bones. Can be pretty deterrent, but we
It's
have
a
no
little
bones.
chic, but
I mean, my people know very in-depth agriculture.
All right. I know today's been a bit shorter, but are y'all good to call it? Because I have more planned, but I'm starting to get like actually tired. And the next thing is not short.
yeah, if the next thing's long, I wouldn't mind.
I mean,
Can't,
would the
can't run
report be shorter?
D&D without a DM.
That is true.
Yeah, but here's the good thing. That means next session is mostly ready because it sounds like that you guys are on board with what was the general outline. And I don't have to use the fallback outline. Let's go, baby!
That's what we're talking about.
Can't wait to see how we
Hell
screw it up
yeah.
anyways.
Business deal.
Hear me out. Marmu, I have a bargain to offer. Roll me persuasion. Nat 20. Fuck!
Alright.
I seduced the dragon.
No!
Guys,
Roll me a constitution save.
No!
Joe looks at the party. I'm sorry, guys. This is the only way I can see us surviving this. With a tear in his eye, he says out loud,
Roll for
I
anal
seduced the
circumference.
dragon!
Wait, your cum isn't high enough!
You'll have to live without me!
And they say
Matilda will
Kill the
remember
Blue Moon
this.
Party!
that the first in line of the dragon human was
Dragon half elf.
The Drelf.
Drill.
You'd be a Drelf.
The poor Drelves.
Bro. I shit you not that being a Drelf would fucking suck. You're like the first Drelf ever, and you come out and you look fucking deformed and no one knows how to raise you. You're like, ew, what the fuck is wrong with this?
Someone will want to fuck you.
No!
Someone will.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
I hate that.
I don't know if the elves or the dragons would want to fuck it, because, like,
Look,
half-elves are, like, hated by elves by default, usually, in the Feywilds.
I'm gonna be real with you, Ryan. If someone wants to fuck that dragon, making it more humanoid, that's not gonna stop them.
This is true.
No! My sanity!
About to call me donkey. I'm about to show you how I move it, move it.
Daw, daw.
Daw, daw. Knows nothing of religion, doesn't believe in God, prophets.
Joe walks into town. Y'all believe in God? That's cringe. Leaves.
What's a god?
Leaves rich.
What do you mean? Does he like ask him what's a god to a man? No, I think he doesn't actually know what the fuck that is.
Alright.
Joe, God is
Joe.
cringe, bad guy.
Joe,
That's
blissfully ignorant.
That's all we're doing.
Eldritch being stares him down. I'm not afraid of you! You're not even real! You're not real!
Yeah, we're gonna call it there just because, sadly, I was still trying to get shit moved in today and had to be up at like, I was up by 9, so dead.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
session all the same.
Yeah.
Profit, baby! Profit, baby!
Guard duty
Profits.
again, not next week, but fucking... Are there any other days that you guys want to do? Because Saturdays are very quickly... Everyone does D&D on Saturdays.
I cannot do Fridays, is the only day.
Because any day other than Friday or Saturday would have to be way earlier than this, because I usually go to bed around 10.
I could do Sundays. If we want to
Yeah, I
keep
could
it
do
on the
Sundays.
weekends.
Sundays.
Sundays would have to be like
mean,
afternoon.
probably doesn't work.
Yeah, no, we can keep it on Saturdays. I'm just saying, I know that right now me and Ryan are doing every other week because we both run our own D&Ds.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's just this like last month was hell for me.
Right.
Yeah.
I love
So
having my
Sunday
car
to
break down twice in a month, having my car towed, the tow company ripping fucking my tie rods off my fucking car, and then trying to dispute that they caused the damage, and then the city having to come in and go, no, you caused that damage.
Sunday at 12 a.m. Or not 12 a.m., 12 p.m.
We'll do next session Saturday, the 21st, and then after that, or in the lead up or after, we'll figure out if we want to move it to another day, just to maybe deconflict with other stuff.
Gotcha.
What day am I going to the Feast of Fools for Renaissance Fair? I think it's the 20th.
I don't know. I'm going, I think, early next month with some friends.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever want to come up to Columbus, bro, let me know. I got a couple of friends you'd probably love to meet.
Maybe.
Oh, speaking of Columbus, Ryan!
Yes.